And Cape Girardeau traffic, helicopter 211 Tango Bravo is midfield on the downwind runway 2, Cape Girardeau traffic. All right, go ahead and add car beat. I've been flying 3 different aircraft today, so I'm likely to use the wrong tail number here if I'm not careful. You know, sometimes the tower answers me with the wrong tail number. Which is okay, I do the same thing. So. All right, we'll just sneak out here a little bit farther. Okay. All right, we're high enough so you can check down to somewhere in the neighborhood about 19 inches or so. There you go. Even 18 would be fine, somewhere in through there. That kind of levels you off here. We'll bring it around, line it up. So you come down the collector, you come down, roll, back up. About that fast. Down, roll, back up. What you don't want to do is down, roll, back. That's too long.
Keep it down. Let's carry things down that mic. It's about 6 miles to the northwest. Plenty, 45 for left downwind runway 2, Cape Girardeau.
So somebody's coming in on the left downwind. So, all right, whenever you're ready, call it, count it down.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so all the way down, roll back up a little bit. Check up a little more. Now don't flare. Keep it flat. Let me show you why. Look at the RPMs. If I flare, watch the RPMs come up. See that? Now if I dump the nose, watch your RPMs come down. All right. So that's why you want to leave it relatively, level. I'm gonna check up a little bit for you. Looking out the window, and I start a little bit of a flare a little more, and I just kind of hold that attitude right there. Up with the collective, nice and slow. Up with the collective, left pedal. Good. All right, good. Yeah, somebody reported 6 out to the northwest, I think. It's going to enter a left downwind for runway 2, if I heard him correctly. I think it might have been the same guy that took off earlier, because, again, it's kind of hard to understand him there.
Yeah, I got coming in from the northwest for a downwind on 2.
Darn, I should have answered like that. Cape Girardeau. Like, what? What the hell did he say? But really, all kidding aside, it's important that you speak clearly on the radio.
Right.
And so people can understand you, because there's nothing more distracting for the other guy for you to make some radio call and he only get about one out of every 5th word, It's like, because usually what you hear almost nothing except for like Cape Girardeau, and you're like, oh shit, he's the same place I'm going or whatever.
Right.
And now you're worried you didn't, it's like when the tower closes, it's like every other uncontrolled airport, you just self-report your position, so. Cape Girardeau traffic, helicopter 201 Tango Bravo, midfield, left downwind for runway 2, Cape Girardeau traffic. So this guy will probably give us an update.
Cape traffic, 75 mics, 3 miles out, finding the 45 entry to the left downwind, and I've got the helicopter traffic beside me.
Okay, actually understood him that time.
Yep.
All right. He's 3 miles out on the 45 for the downwind for 2, so we got plenty of time to come around, do our auto, and then be climbing out about the time he gets here, so. All right, count it down when you're ready.
Ready. 3, 2, 1.
Slow down, roll back up with the collective. Diving a little bit, so up a little on the nose, I like that. A little extra speed's not going to hurt anything, so that's fine. Even 80's okay. We're just going to float longer at the bottom. You'll see what I mean here in just a minute.
Gotcha.
Looking out the window. Now start a wimpy flare and just kind of flare into it. Here, just kind of hold that right there. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Now up nice and slowly with the collective. Don't lower the nose just yet. Now down with the nose. There you go. Okay, here's our guy on the downwind, so we're on the go. And 201 Tango Bravo's on the go. Runway 2 will be out of the way by the time we get around there.
No problem. I might just turn in the numbers.
I got the numbers. That's all.
I heard the, yeah, I did.
Man, I'm real tempted to answer him. All fucked up. Good. The numbers. So I was just responding the same think that's all I heard is radio call. So anyway,
ambulance over here on our right.
Turning on the runway lights for him here. There they go. But again, you know, you can hear what you sound like over your headset.
Runway 2 full stop.
Okay. I got runway 2 full stop on that one. So anyway, you can hear yourself over the headset, so you ought to have some idea what you sound like,
right.
you know. And if you can just barely understand yourself, then you probably ought to do something a little different. Speak clearer, get closer to the mic, or get a little farther away from the mic, or whatever. So now see he's on the base, so he's kind of straight ahead here. We'll turn on our nav lights. Turn on our landing lights so you can see us there. And helicopter 211 Tango Bravo's midfield left downwind. Will be no factor for the landing traffic. We got you in sight there.
All right, I'm on the final for 2.
So that way he knows we got him. We're not going to be factor straight ahead.
Yep.
So we wait till he passes us and then we make our turn in behind him. That way he can be concentrating on landing and not looking worried that we're going to cut him off or whatever, you know. So. All right, so he's passed us, so I'll just come right on around. All right, so let's enter closer to 70 here.
Okay.
All right, now it's kind of level the aircraft. All right, count it down.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1.
Roll right back up with the collective. Good. Down a tiny bit with the nose, just a little bit to preserve that speed so we don't get any slower. Don't chase the horn, we're fine. You can leave the collector right where you got it. Looking out the window now, I'll start a wimpy flare a little more. There you go, up with the collective. Keep the nose up with the collective, nice and slowly. Now down with the nose. Now let me show you why you don't want to dump the nose. Down here with me.
Okay.
So the end of the auto is going to look like this, right? So we got our nose up, and we're kind of on all that. Now if I drop the nose, what happens? Wham! We're on the ground, all right?
All right.
So you want to, at the end of that auto, it should look like this. Stay on there with me. All right, so the end of our auto again looks like this. We're floating. Now up nice and slowly with the collective. Almost to the time we'd almost stopped, and then down with the nose.
Okay.
All right? You have the aircraft.
I have the aircraft.
Yeah, you don't want to, flare and float by the time you start coming up with the collective. If you lower the nose, what happens is the aircraft tends to want to kind of drop out on you. You have to end up pulling more collective. That runs your RPM down. The horn's on a long time and all that. So it works out a lot better if you just flare and you're floating by the time the aircraft settles in, up with the collective, then down with the nose. About the time your speed is slowed down quite a bit, almost to stopping, and then you just rotate